Welcome to Garrett's Garage, the scurviest channel you'll watch, the scurviest channel in all the seven seas. Today, we're going to talk about my 1951 Oldsmobile Rocket 88. I bought the cheapest running and driving Rocket 88 in the whole county, as far as I know. Today, we're going to try to find out everything that it needs, everything that's wrong with it, and we're going to start out by having a look in the trunk. Ooh, look at that. Hey, Jim, where you at? Oh, there you are. Well, let's see what we have here. Looks to me, oh, look at that. I think we have, looks like it's been sitting in a bucket of water, but that looks to me like it's the original radio. That is awesome. Certainly needs a little bit of love, but that is awesome. I will really enjoy it if I can make that work again. I'll put it back in, and oh, look at that. Even the trim panel is here. Looks like, yeah, the knobs. Wow. Well, might be missing one knob. That is cool. Look at this. Are those seatbelt parts? Maybe somebody was thinking about putting seatbelts in. This looks like flooded carburetor parts. Fuel pump repair kit. Okay. Empty box. This looks like it's part of the ductwork from underneath the dashboard. It looks like a extra headlight. Oh, look at that. That's nice. Weather stripping for the door. It still feels nice. And there we go. The inside of the glove box. I had noticed it was missing. That's nice that we have that here. And some new gaskets that look like they're for the valve covers. And look at this classic. It does look like it's been wet in here. That's not a good sign. I'm going to pull this spare tire out. I have vacuumed out the trunk. And if this is all original trunk stuff, and I really think it probably is, it's in pretty good shape. I mean, I peel this up and it's glued down, so I don't really want to rip it up, but the metal feels pretty good. So get in here, pretty solid. So what I'm going to do, there's one big nut holding this in, and this is another really good sign. This spare tire being in here, and not just being here, but being put back in the right way. Somebody took the time and put the jack back in and bolted everything down in the factory way. I think this tire is absolutely destroyed, but still, that whoever owned this put this thing back. Most of the time in older cars like this, if there's any spare or jack at all, it's just thrown in. So this put away nicely with a hubcap on it and everything. Another good sign. So I'm about to take this off, and I went and dug around and found one of my grandfather's original. It's an S&K that he probably had since before this car was made. So this is officially the first nut I'll turn while owning this car. And just like that. First one, the inaugural nut. Thanks, Gramps. And I don't know why I'm surprised, but the inaugural nut has led to quite an entanglement. You might notice I have my shop crane here, and that's because maybe the reason that this was in here is because you couldn't take it out. I can't get it out. I've been working on it and shimmying it, and I can get it to rotate a little bit, but I couldn't get it to come up. The tire is so misshapen over to one side that it's jammed in there. And I've resorted to getting my shop crane to pull it out. So hopefully this will work. Very cool that the original jack is here. that fits into the holes on these bumpers, and it even has the original wheel chock that was packed down in there. How cool is that? Okay, I think it just popped loose. Oh, come on. Oh, yeah, it's coming out. Hooray. Oh, oh, it's... Oh, come on. Oh, oh, come on, baby. Oh, there, it just got it. Almost. Come on. Oh, come on. Woo! Got it. That tire was stuck. So down in this hole, which is not completely rusted through, amazingly, there are drain holes. The base to the jack was in there. Nice. That is a little arm piece that fits up there that the original nut came off of. And unbelievably, look what is down in there. The other missing knob for the radio. Okay, so that radio really wants to go back in. Not rusted through, not terrible, but let's talk about this thing. At first glance, the tread is not like, it's not bald, but you notice the tread pattern and think, oh, looks kind of like a bias ply. And then you kind of start to notice that the offset is strange. The wheel is way inside over here. Oh, and it's way outside over here. So the tread has shifted way over. So it's very bad. I can't really find what looks like even a brand other than it says Co-op Custom Safety. So I'm not sure how old this is. I can't really find a date code, but I'll see if I can find one. And I think I found one that might say 84, but I'm not sure. Meanwhile, I'm going to clean that out a little bit, and I'm totally happy that we have a complete jack. We have, well, once I replace the tire and redo that wheel, I'll have a workable spare tire and the factory jack for the car, which works in the corners of the bumpers. I'm pretty sure that this hubcap that was on the spare tire is, I mean, it looks like it's got a Rocket emblem on it, but this seems like a much more recent, I'm guessing this is from the 60s or even the 70s maybe, I don't know. I'll have to look into that more. But then I looked at this radio. We know I just found that other knob right there, but we've got the original radio with the original trim plate and the original knobs. And look at the back of this thing. Oh boy, look at that. It's got tubes. So there has to be somebody out there that can help me out with, I haven't looked on YouTube yet to see if there's any videos how to restore these. I'll have to do that because this thing deserves restoration and it deserves to be put back in the dash. And speaking of dash, oh yeah, I was looking here and everything seems to work. Oh yeah, that's where the radio's going to go. So that trim piece is actually a whole part of this dash. Without it, it's kind of crazy. I'm so thankful that whoever took the original radio out, and you can see where the opening is for this speaker underneath, they obviously put in some other little crappy, probably an 8-track or 4-track player, and then they put in these minuscule little speakers on either side. So I'm going to guess this was somewhere mid-70s that this unfortunate event happen. But lovely people because they left all the parts in the car and we're going to be able to put it back. I guess I'll have to add rust abatement to spare tire well to my list of things to do. And that might look like it's rodents, but it's not. It's just right where this light piece of cardboard, which I should wipe down because it's got 70 some odd years of dust. That's where the end of the jack banged into it for all those years. So I need to vacuum that out. So now I'm going to pick it up and have a look at the underside for the first time. Well, it gives us a much better view of the corners of the bumpers. Yeah, he's been scraped on a few things over her years. Lots of nice dings and dents. This car has stories to tell. Yes, indeed. Oh boy, look at all that. Ooh. Yup. She's bumped into a few things along the way, but still has all these beautiful details and contours. I'm going to try to do something about all of this rust on this chrome. I don't know. I'll try to make it at least better than it is. Yes. All right, here we go. Underneath the rusty Rocket. And the first thing I notice is it doesn't look that rusty to me. Coil springs a little bit. Somebody has replaced the bushings and the end of the anti-sway bar there, the link. The rest of it looks pretty good. This is an old-timey car, so you see it's got a little Zerk fitting there where it needs to be greased. So I have a grease gun. We're going to go under here in a different video and grease the chassis on this car, but the bushings on the sway bar, or anti-sway bar, don't look too terrible. There's definitely a lift type device in that coil spring, and I do not see the same thing on this side, so that is interesting. Okay, we definitely have some oil leakage from our oil pan. I'm not that surprised, but I don't know. Until we start moving all this steering stuff, we'll have to see if any of that stuff is... looks like the cable on the starter is relatively new. Well, it's kind of corroded around the brakes there. Transmission looks like it's definitely leaking a bit. Oh, there's been definitely been some exhaust system work. Yeah, somebody patched something in there. And yeah, so we got a few little leaks there, but the frame looks pretty good. The rocker panel, not so much. What do we got here? All right, we got some problems there. Yeah, rocker panel's dead there. Oh, there's some more exhaust system work. Very recent. And there we have it. A brand new gas tank. Nice. A little bit of a leak. I say a little bit with a smile. Definitely need to do some interesting work on this rear end here. That'll be fun. So along with our new gas tank, and got some rust on the rocker here, but apparently they were having fuel issues. So there was the fuel pump rebuild kit in the trunk, but they just went ahead and stuck an electric fuel pump right there in the frame rail underneath the driver's seat. So that's kind of interesting. But the rest of the frame chassis looks okay. Nice. I'm pretty sure these are the original hubcaps, but I can't quite make out what this emblem is supposed to be, or even which side is up. But I'm definitely going to take these hubcaps off and polish them and make them look sweet. And some of the nice cars I've seen, the steel part of the wheel, I mean, they'll paint that a nice. It makes this really stand out. If this wheel was a nice sharp black, then the shiny hubcap would really look nice. So we'll look into doing that. Okay, well, back here by this rear skirt, I'm seeing what looks like a little Bondo. That's not a good sign. And then we get back here. Oh yeah, so we got some rust issues there, and I can still see even to the right of that rust through, it looks like Bondo that somebody sanded in. So we're going to have a lot of more rust issues right in this area here. All right, well, the list of things it needs is several pages long, and I'm sure it will get several pages longer as I attempt to accomplish them all. But overall, I'm pretty happy. The undercarriage looks good. It's got lots of life left in it. It's just some of these spots here. This that makes it look worse than it really is. I mean, you saw inside the trunk. Solid enough. Thanks for watching.